Over here we have more creatures that we attack with. We'll start with the early game Carnophage. The pay 1 life to keep him to not tap him at your upkeep is always it's a hindrance, but I mean when you're playing an EDH game with 40 life, I don't think you worry too much about it.
It's not that bad.
And it's always good to sack to Corpse Harvester or any other the creatures that we need to sack with. Sangrophage, same concept, just a little bigger.
It's his older brother.
Yep. And then we got Phylactery Lich. He's a great zombie. 3, 4, 5, 5. You haven't seen any artifacts yet, but you'll see there's one artifact in particular that loves Phylactery Lich.
Yeah, sure.
Then we got Soulless One. Soulless One is one of the late game finishers. You have zombies in your graveyard, zombies on the field. Soulless One is big.
Yep. He's a beat stick.
That's right. Next we have Order of Yawgmoth. He is a zombie. He has fear. And he will be disruptive for your opponents. Then over here we have Grave Titan. He is not a zombie himself, he's a giant, but doesn't matter because he will leave zombies on the field and he will basically overwhelm the field by himself if left unchecked.
Yeah. He's a beat stick.
Yes, he is.
That's a good one.
Alright. On to the more what makes the deck work better. My search suite. Off we have Demonic Tutor, staple.
Yeah, for sure.
Beseech the Queen is also a great search. It's like a Demonic Tutor, but for 3. I mean, you're running mono black, so I don't think you'll have a problem paying the 3. Diabolic Tutor, same idea. Demonic Collusion. It has a buyback. It's a little pricey, but with the buyback, discard 2 cards, and the amount of recursion that you can have come back to your hand, it's not too worrisome. Liliana Vess, same idea. Use her second ability to search for a card and put it on top of the library. Then over here, we have Transmute with converted mana cost 2 to 6. So basically, you're going to be looking for anything you want at any time.
Do you find Transmute's a really good ability to have always?
It's awesome. I mean, there's cards throughout the deck at converted mana cost 1 to, I think it tops out at 9. But for the most part, you're going to be looking for stuff between 2 and 6.
So it's definitely always a good idea to have Transmute.
Yeah.
Awesome. Alright, what do we got over here?
We have card advantage. Crystal Ball. It helps smooth. It's basically my poor man's top. Don't have a top, but use this for now. Phyrexian Arena is always good. You need 40 life, 1 life. You can live. My expedition map, sorry. Pretty much to go get my Cowal Coffers, and if I already have that, go get a Vesuva to copy my coffers.
Yeah.
Grim Discovery. It's good for recursion.
It's not a card you see very often.
It's not a card you see very often, but it's you can think about it like 2 for 1.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I mean, Cowal Coffers is very important to this deck, along with Vesuva and any other lands that are non-basic. It's always good to bring them back, especially with a creature also, if you have it, to use both abilities at the same time.
Yeah.
Then you got simple card draw, Signing Blood.
Typical black. Lose 2 life, draw 2 cards.
Doesn't matter. You still get 2 cards.
Yeah. Awesome.
Alright, now on to removal and disruption. Signature black cards. Sadistic Sacrament. Now, this card is in there, so you can play the card with Kicker. Basically, let's go through your opponent's deck, or one of your opponent's deck, and take out 15 individual cards. It's always...
Do you find you end up using the Kicker a lot?
If it doesn't get countered, the opponent, it's going to hurt the opponent, like, massively.
Awesome.
Damnation. Good board wipe. Enough good things to say about that.
Yeah, pretty staple in any black deck.
That's right. Consuming Vapors is good too. It's selective, but I mean you can gain some useful life off of it.
Yeah, for sure. And it goes against Protection and Shroud.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's important.
Mind Sludge, Mono Black. You're playing lots of swamps, so let's say you have a control player that you're playing against. Take his hand out.
Nah. You've got Corrupt.
Corrupt. Same idea as Mind Sludge since you're playing a lot of swamps, and it's good to take care of a creature or player and to gain some life. Over here is another board wipe, All is Dust. With the amount of recursion, I don't worry too much about destroying my own things, but it's a good reset late game.
That is really powerful. Do you play it a lot?
All is Dust? It's used selectively. You have to find the right time to play it, really. And then over here, I have my Russian Plague Wind. It's well, for this deck, it's the best board wipe since your board is left untouched and everybody else is wiped out.
What does it do again?
Destroy all creatures you don't control.
That's pretty good for black.
And they can't be regenerated.
Wow.
Over here we have our smaller disruption, Duress, Myers Toll, Inquisition of Kozilek.
That's pretty good.
Then we have Disfigure for little creatures. Hero's Demise, which is in there for mainly black legendary creatures, which black removal usually cannot get rid of. But this will get rid of any general or any legendary creature for that matter.
That's true.
Smother, converted mana cost 3 or less. Doomblade, Grasp of Darkness, and to round off the curve, Hideous End.
All good cards, all good cards.
Yep.
Sweet.
Okay, now with the mana base and the amount of mana you can generate from this deck, Exsanguinate is an alternative win condition.
It's a pretty good card.
Yeah. Same goes for Consume Spirit, except that it's more directed to one player or creature. But again, it's an alternative win condition. Over here we have other cards, like Eldrazi Monument. With token creation, we can make Eldrazi Monument pretty good for Horde of Zombies.
That's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a deck play Eldrazi Monument in black.
Well, given the right card combination that you have on your board, you can make Eldrazi Monument work for you. Next we have Stratascythe. I love using this on Korlash. He becomes really big, and it can end games pretty fast.
Definitely, for sure.
Darksteel Axe. Why is this in here? Well, remember the beatstick zombie of Phylactery Lich? Yep. This is the artifact that Phylactery Lich loves. And him and Phylactery Lich go together. Basically, you'll have a 7/5 zombie that's indestructible for the remainder of the game.
+2/+0.
Yeah.
Not bad.
That's it. Then we got Beacon of Unrest. It's always good to recur your artifacts if they get put into the graveyard, or to recur your creatures, but also to steal other people's creatures, which is great. Then we have Grave Pact. It's more there so that if people decide to destroy your creatures, they'll have to sacrifice their own.
Definitely a deterrent. Alright, cool.
Alright, so that was MTG Commander, and this was Korlash Mono Black, and thanks for watching. I'm Mitch.